Do I dare ask what calamity must have transpired to bring you home to me?
How do you explain Mr. Fury's presence in Moscow?
Is it you to fire me?
I volunteer. That mess that you created in Moscow that resulted in getting one of our best people murdered, you earned all this smoke, brother.
Now, at the council meeting, I told you I had a plan for taking Earth as our own. The heroes of Earth will react. The only way we can counter that is to become super ourselves. All of us. Super Skrulls. Gaia, run.
Oh, turn around.
No. Are you a leader of Skrulls? Or a worst enemy?
St. James Church, 1 hour.
Yes, it is that time again. What is going on, everyone? How are you all doing out there? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Just My Opinion Reviews. We're talking superheroes, we're talking comic book stuff. Guys, we are talking about the 4th episode of Secret Invasion, Marvel Studios on Disney Plus. This is episode 4, titled Beloved, and we are definitely going to get into that. I want to let you know that this is going to be a spoiler-free recap, okay? Me, Mr. Najir, and Lamont Tyson, we are going to spoil this episode up, down, left, right, in, and out, as if you've already seen it. You have been warned. As you're coming on into the room, please give us a thumbs up, a like. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Let us know what you thought about our commentary. Let us know what you thought about everything. We are super duper excited. But yes, I briefly named my guest just a moment ago. I got Najir with Big Gold Belt Media on the top right. Sir, how are you doing today, sir? How you doing?
What's up, brother? Glad to be back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we also got, of course, Mr. Lamont Gaines. Not Lamont Gaines, Lamont Tyson with Get a Life Gaines at the bottom. What's going on, my brother? How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm losing all my games, man. My name done changed from Lamont to Gaines and all kinds of stuff, but I'm good, brother. I'm here. Happy to be here as Eddie Murphy was coming to America. I'm with you.
Already. Sorry about that, man. But to both of you guys, I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in and joining me today, helping the brother out on the channel. I really, really do appreciate it. And guys, if you love what me, Lamont, and Najir has to say, of course, you can follow all of us on social media. Our handles are on the screen. Their information is in the description of this video. And like always, they are on my channel tab right here. First, we got Lamont's channel. Help him get to 150K subs. And then we also got Big Gold Belt Media right there. That's what their channels look like. And before we get started, man, I just got to say hello to some of the fam out there. We got 51 people watching. What's going on? Islamic Way Live was very good. You got why you got to leave Talos? I know I saw that you put that comment earlier today. So thank you for being here. We got Miss Harper in the building. OG moderator. What's going on, ma'am? NCC. Hey. What's going on? Travis Looney in the building. We got Toxic Key. What's going on? Yo. Tyronda Coleman in the building. Tim Winder. We got Sea-Dog in the building. Anakin, not Vader. What's going on? Kevin Davis is here. LD is here. Theo Manning. We got the big did I miss somebody? I thought I missed somebody. The Big Auntie Energy Show. Hey, what's going on? And Brill Davis. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. Also, we're streaming on multiple platforms right now. So if this is your first time joining this channel from another channel, hey, subscribe all over the place. Also, if you want an audio only version of this, I will be having that available as well. All of these platforms right here, as well as SoundCloud. And so get your audio only version on. Yeah. And I'll do some more shameless plugging towards the end. I'm pretty sure these gentlemen want to get into this episode. So I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Now, last week, I had Lamont here. And so the audience out there kind of got an idea, kind of got a taste of what Lamont thought about the show, Secret Invasion on Disney Plus. Because, Marvel kind of been up and down lately. But Najir, my brother, this is the first time you're coming through, not on my channel, but for this show.
Yeah.
So before we get into all the nitty gritty, man, won't you just let me, Lamont, and the rest of the people out there know, like, kind of how you felt about, or how you feeling about Secret Invasion so far, first four episodes, if you're liking it, if you're hating it, if it's kind of mid, where you at on this?
Yeah. So, I always like a good spy espionage thriller. So it taps right back into that. I was a huge Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan. And I think when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sort of started to become that companion piece to the MCU, it really started to draw light bulbs in all of our heads. When we got the first little connection to the Avengers, then we got the connection to Winter Soldier. We just kept thinking, like, man, what they going to do next? What's going to connect next? And then we know the drama happened and they started to part their ways. And then ultimately Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got the death penalty. This is the MCU, the Disney, the Mickey Mouse version of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., with now having the possibilities, the connectabilities of all of the major names, titles, properties, likeness, all that other good stuff. So to me, it picks up where they left off at. Now they just have the key to do what they want to do. So I've been excited, and I think for me, I'm excited to the point of, like, I'm glad to have, it would have been season 7, I think, of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm like, I'm glad to have another season of that. But I'm not like off the hype of, like, this is the best, this and that. It just feels like they're picking up where they left off at. We're getting the big names. Obviously now this focuses on Fury. And now we have the major connections to this next phase. And they're just doing it really good. And I think it's always good to see sort of the humanity side of Marvel at times. And as we go through, Fury, who has the resources, obviously, fantastic acting by Samuel Jackson. So you're always entertained by his work and his character, but it's the humane side of things. And I like to see, more of that. How does humans coexist in the world of superpowers, aliens, and extraterrestrials and all that other good stuff? So it's been fun, and they've been doing a lot of good things. I like definitely hitting a lot of the good comic book sort of lore that I enjoyed. And I've always been a fan of Super Skrull, so it was automatically a sign up for me. So it's been good. It's been very solid.
Already, man. Already. Lamont, I'm gonna come to you in a second, but yeah, I'm loving this series. Seriously,
Yeah,
we are 4 episodes in, and I can honestly say that we have had 4 solid episodes. I have not been disappointed for the most part yet. The only thing I didn't really care for is last episode. I kind of thought they undermined and disrespect Nick Fury. I didn't really care for him, but like the past 30 years, you ain't been able to do crap. If it wasn't for us, you know what I'm saying? And Fury had to go apologize to a white man, like, I'm useless without you. That stung me in my chest from all directions. And so that's my only critique. Hopefully they can make it up. We got 2 episodes left, but all the episodes was great. Episode 4 was fire as well. Lamont, how did you feel about episode 4? Your general impression, sir?
I loved it, man. It basically did everything we kind of predicted last week with one take. We said Gaia was going to be alive. We kind of said that we think that Gaia is going to be Abigail up in the they're not calling the spaceship Sword, they're calling it Saber, but it's basically Sword.
Right.
We predicted these things. We predicted Talos was going to die. We did a lot of predicting last week based on what happened, and it's playing out in that manner. And we've seen how Gaia got 1-2 scenes on screen, and basically we learned that she wants to be a damn colonizer, just like Gravik. But I think with the dying of her father, it's going to change her to be more on the side of Nick Fury. She's going to fill that void Anita Hill left, and she's also going to fill the void Talos just left, and learn why it's important to help humanity. So I was here for all of it. And of course, I enjoy Gravik showing one of his powers, the Groot power, which should be Mr. Fantastic's power. It should be, but I know why Marvel's not doing that yet, because we haven't seen Fantastic Four. So I enjoyed every minute of it, B. Avery. I was geeking out. And again, I am glad that B. Avery put me in front of the cart and started whipping my hind parts like a damn $2 mule. Lamont, get your ass in here for that baby get here and do some damn reviews. You picked a good one, B. Avery, so I'm here for it.
Already, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. Toxic Kitty. I said Toxic Kitty. I'm tripping. Toxic Key.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. Toxic Key feels the same way with the 199 super chat.
Toxic Kitty, a whole nother podcast, sir.
I am so sorry.
The Toxic Kitty is what Nick Fury. The Toxic Kitty is what Nick Fury been smashing.
Right, exactly. Well put, man. Or well put. I wasn't even gonna play a video, but I feel like I have to now because I'm butchered the name.
Break.
But
commercial break or something.
What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. Okay.
My bad, Toxic Key. My bad. 199 super chat. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. This is the best Disney Plus show in a long time. I think we can universally say that we all agree with that sentiment right there. So thank you. And again, I do apologize. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I know it's Emmy Day, so that's on the tip of everybody's tongue. But I think what a lot of us tend to lean towards in terms of good MCU Disney Plus shows is the fan service is doing. This is just classic good television. Amazing art, amazing acting, powerhouse names, which, you know, you brought up Amelia Clark, Gaia. There's absolutely zero chance with a casting like that she was going to be out. So, like, yeah, you know, you put your money there. But I just think overall, it's just solid, good storytelling, good acting, good cinematography. I mean, when you talk about even the CGI, the helicopter being shot down, I watched that scene a couple of times just to see how wonky it could have got, and it looked damn practical. You know, really good. They did a fantastic job in every element and putting together a good show. And I think the one thing, you know, somebody talked about the runtime in a comment, but that's the one thing Marvel can get away with is shortening episodes. This is the shortest episode yet. It is completely filled from beginning to end with just pushing the needle forward with this season. So, you know, that's where you start to say, well, is it the best? Yeah, because they make every moment of these episodes worthwhile from beginning to the end, frame by frame. There's something to take away from it. I mean, hell, folks went nuts last week with the Easter eggs and the references and so on from every little element. And you can do the same with this episode too.
Right on, man. I love it. And
go
ahead.
You name your channel Just My Opinions, because all three of us can have separate opinions of what we're watching and how we feel about it. But I do think that the one thing we can all say, typically some movies some TV series and movies, they get too long in the tooth with the exposition. This show, I've enjoyed every minute of the exposition. It is classically timed with the action, and it goes very well. So I think that most people's interpretation of the exposition for this, it's got to be a good one because it fits right and it's not like wonky, it's not long, it doesn't feel like a filler. It has been great exposition, and it could be because of the talent of the acting.
I agree with that 100%. And man, we ain't even gotten to the episode yet, but it's like even in episode 2 when Talos and Fury was on the train, he was like, the subway, whatever, the train. He was like, it was no wasted dialogue. All, you know, we're finding out a backstory of him taking chicken and biscuits on the train cart, you know, and he talking about games with his mom, like, tell me something I don't know. But then it just flips it on us, like, yeah, you tell me something I don't know. So it just wasn't just wasted, just them jibber jabber. And so I thought about that when he was talking about the exposition. But getting into the episode specifically, both of you talked about Gaia at the beginning, and she got the extremist power. She is not dead. She got that extra life boost in her chest, and she is lighting up. And quick too, just a couple of flashbacks. She goes back, she cuts on the computer, she gets the memories, and okay, I got to figure out this, get the code, up, down, left, right, BA. And then she goes in here, she cuts it on, and she gets the extremist power. I like that. I like that right there. How did you, Najir? You know, do you think that the extremist is the only power she got, or do you think that's it? How'd you feel about this revelation at the very beginning of the episode?
I haven't even thought about that, but I think much to what Lamont said earlier, I think this was sort of a contingency plan, and that's because she's not buying into the Gravik ways. We know what Gravik whole scheme is to become a super Skrull, so he's trying to essentially Deadpool whatever abilities he can get here, and then she doesn't obviously want to follow that trap. But I think that with the death of her father, I think this is going to become a point of her saying, I need to even the playing field, you know. So initially, no, I think this was definitely like a, okay, let me just be safe, you know. I don't know what he's going up to. I'm confronting him head on about what he's doing. This could get fatal, and indeed it did. So not yet, but I think now this is going to be a trigger point to her saying, all right, yeah, let me equip. Let me go in the bank a little bit more and see what else I can get real quick. So it's going to be interesting to see what that is, and or does she just duplicate, you know?
Lamont, what you think about the opening with Gaia again with her super extremist powers and all that?
Oh, B, she got all the damn powers, bro. Once you stick your ass in that quantum leap tunnel, you get all the powers. I just think that it takes time, the way they're scripting this, for it to ascend in your DNA. Because you saw last week, they gradually show Gravitz having the extremity. This week, they showed him with Groot. Next week, you're going to probably see him doing Cold Obsidian. So I think she's gotten all the powers. She's going to be using them. And at the end of the day, she's going to be the leader up there. And they're not calling it sword. They're calling it saber in space, defending against any more of the Skrulls or the Kree that might be coming that's going to tie into this story. So I'm really thrilled that this has happened. But I'm really wanting to know, B. Avery, obviously, she's torn. You know, she don't want to be Martin Luther King the way her daddy Talos was with humans. Okay?
63 King. She don't want to be 63 King because 63 King and 68 King were two different kings, but keep going.
Two different people. She is kind of more in line to being a colonizer of Earth with Gravit, because you saw the exposition between her and her daddy.
Well, yeah, but hold on, we're gonna wait on that part because I got some good stuff to say. But stand on you, man. One of the concerns I had, I don't know if I want to, observations I've had since the show is episode 2, man. We found out these Skrulls been here. We knew this since Captain Marvel. What am I talking about? They've been here for 30 years. We just didn't know how many. But what they keep doing is we keep getting these backstories. And we get Paris 2012. Oh, the images are popping in out of order. My fault, y'all. But it is 2012. We got classic Fury with the black patch with the all black trench coat. You know, that's why I like to see him. I don't like to see my Fury, you know, without a patch crippling around and all that. But this is 2012, guys. This is right after the invasion of New York with Loki and the Chitauri. And she don't even know about it. She was like, wait a minute, these heroes over here in the States, I have a feeling that you maybe had something to do with it. And that's interesting right there. That's kind of, I guess that's one of the reasons why Fury wins so much, because he know all that. He don't tell nobody nothing. Like, you only need to know this, you only need to know this, and you only need to know this. So I do like that right there. That was pretty dope. You know, and of course they're across the world. But one thing I do have to say, they make a beautiful couple to me. I love it. You know, 2 chocolates too. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of rare. I maybe I need to get out more if I'm living on the rock, but I just can't remember off the top of my head, you know, just showing chocolate love on screen like that. But you know, maybe I'm tripping. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, I do like this. They're going back and forth, and she's reading a book called The Late Fragment. And poems that are only 3 or 4 words, 3 or 4 lines. And I kind of like this. And did you get what you wanted from this life? Even so, I did. And what did you want? To call myself beloved, to feel myself beloved on earth. And we're going to talk about if that had double or triple meaning. But Lamont, I may have been throwing a lot at you, man. How did you feel about this whole opening with the, you know, them in Paris, France, 2012, the poem, the Avengers, the backstory, all that, man? How'd you feel?
First of all, you know, they're humanizing Nick Fury. Nick Fury has always seemed like a cold, calculated, ice water in his veins type of brother. We've never got a chance to see his soft side. There's always some human being on planet Earth that can get to your soft side. And obviously, this shape-shifting individual whose vagina probably feel like sandpaper did it for him. Okay? So I'm enjoying seeing that back and forth, and I really enjoy hearing the story of why she chose the human she chose and the patch she made with that human about never having to hurt Nick Fury. I enjoyed that. And him not telling her about the Avengers, you know, that's one of them things where if you work in the military, you learn all these classified secrets that you can't even tell your spouse. Okay. They call it plausible deniability. And that was a plausible deniability thing. Plus, you start telling her, you got to worry if somehow or another it's going to get out, secret gets out, then she becomes under duress, a target for something. So I can easily see all that being Nick Fury, but I really enjoyed the back and forth seeing Nick Fury be emotional, but at the same damn time still being the cuss master himself.
Already, real quick before we come to Najir, and well said. I like you, the ice water in the veins, because she is humanizing him. We've never seen Fury this vulnerable before, and I like it. You know, he was vulnerable with Talos. I didn't like that, but with this lady, that's cool. Real quick though, Puma Lee, $5. What up? 3 Hard Way. This episode had me wishing they had the Mission Impossible urgency. Ha! Love the battle. Talos is a G. Rhodey is a female Skrull. Yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But thank you for the super chat, Puma Lee. Najir, man, how did you feel about the opening with Paris, the poem, their relationship, and all that good stuff, man? How did you take it in?
Yeah, I'm with Lamont, and this is another thing why I enjoy the series is the humanizing Fury, and we also are, which makes compelling characters, whether we knew these characters for a long time. All right, I guess it's our show now. Whether we knew these characters for a long time or not, is the connectabilities to these characters, the emotional toll that we see these characters experience, you know, and now we can almost go through and say like the trauma here in terms of what these characters are going through. And when you go back to like Gaia, you can say like the internal conflict she's getting ready to battle. So like, I just appreciate taking a moment, and like, which a lot of us should do, is taking that moment to just sit back and just take a moment to ourselves. And I think we're seeing Fury in a state of when things were just peaceful, just him and his old lady, and they're just having that moment. I think that moment of peace shows us, you know, with all the chaos that we've known him to be, with the heartless, almost maniac at times, you know, not willing to go to any length to get the job done. It's good to see just him going out on a date and just how special these moments were to him. And I think while we talk about what Gaia may be experiencing going forward, it's going to be interesting to see more or less, you know, what these moments meant and how does it affect who he is going forward. Yeah, man. I agree, and I like the way it ended between them, but I don't want to jump too far ahead. But yeah, beautiful moment, and I just like the poem. I do. Yeah. Late fragment.
Avery,
you know, what's up,
bruh? If you needed 3-word poems, I could have went back to my Mackin days in high school and gave you the letters I used to give my hoes.
All right.
Do you love me or not? Check the box. That's my poem.
We got something to talk about after the show. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
it's going down,
I'm
man.
with
Yes,
that. I'm with that.
Maniacal laugh.
Yeah.
You get Ho ready, Chris Jones, all that.
That's right. That's right.
But
Toxic Kitty.
Yeah.
Man, you better have some cuts for the sluts if you mess with toxic kitties.
But guys, Najir, I'm gonna stay on you, man. It is confirmed, man. You know, your girl Vara here, Dr. Priscilla. That's her name, right? Priscilla, Dr. Priscilla. Is that her name? She got that phone call, like, I cannot speak to Gravik. No, you're speaking to me. And we find out it has been confirmed.
Yeah.
That Rhodey, James Rhodey, War Machine, Don Cheadle, is a mother freaking Skrull. And he cold-hearted too. Bragging about it. What happened? Rhodey Fury was fired the other day. Can you please tell me what's going on? I fired his ass, and I DT'd his ass from the top rope. It was some Undertaker. I'm like, damn, bro. It's like, what did Fury do to you? What did Fury do to you? He just on his high horse, like, yeah, he stole my bitch back in 2001. It's like, I don't know, like, it was crazy. But what I did like is that they tried to talk him like how weak he is, but no, your boy is resourceful. He got all the trackers, all the bugs, all the devices. I know he was out there hurt, like, oh no, my lady, She want to shoot me? Oh God! It was. I know it was painful for him to see all of that. You know what I'm saying? Najir, man, how'd you feel about the confirmation of Rhodey being a Skrull, bro? Or the pre-confirmation? How'd you feel, man?
All I kept thinking was, man, if this was Terrence Howard, how different would this scene have been?
Me too. Me too.
I know, that's
Me
funny.
too. Like I could not do nothing but think about Terrence Howard for real. Like
Hilarious. What up, man? I fired his ass, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to get him out of there, man.
That's really good.
Oh wow!
First time I watched it, I just missed all the dialogue because I just kept thinking, what would Terrence
Man, that would be funny. Yeah.
So one, but in the character Rhodey, let's call it what it is. Rhodey's been Iron Man's, little flunky for a while. So it's good to see Rhodey really shape into a character of interest. Now Iron War starts to become a little more intriguing as well too. And then in case anybody's been under a rock for I don't know how many years, I mean, listen, Don Cheetah's been in his bag in these episodes. So I just been more and more invested in these dialogue, these dialogue exchanges with him and other characters. But this was interesting. And obviously all the folks, again, frame by frame last week, already picked up on the voice of the phone call. So I bought into it, which means I'm about to stay away from any bit of Easter egg coverage because folks are on it. But yeah, I just think that it just makes sense for one, Fury to be on top of his game, keeping that eye out on his lady, but also the suspicion of things that just didn't feel normal to him, and maybe to his disappointment, but probably to his satisfactory, because we know Fury, knowing that I knew something was off, something ain't right, and which was funny, the scene later where he gets uncharacteristic, and he's like, I'm just, have my ring off, and we'll just see how she plays that and whatnot. But I just think, the direct order. Oh, this is the big thing I kept saying. Remember to say this. It is interesting to see Rhodey really like loosen up in terms of the character that's not so blue collar by the book. Right.
True.
But also it's interesting because as we in the first episode start to distinguish, how do we know a Skrull from a human? First we seen Maria Hill get killed, died, blood. A Skrull get killed, they end up turning back, and then you see the blood color, death. They can imitate humans, but they're not perfect. We see miscalculations in personality. So when you start to see Rhodey in a way that we haven't seen Rhodey, it's cool because we enjoy it. But the back of our head is like, man, Rhodey don't be flexing like that. He not so verbal about his intentions. So you immediately you just say Skrull action all day, every day. And now we see that Skrulls, they have their own personality, they have their own motives. They can try to clone themselves to be humans, but by no means can they pick up on the swag and the personality. So like there was a lot in this very little scene in terms of like us understanding like the dynamics between humans and Skrulls. So I enjoyed it.
Right on. You have any commentary on how Fury received the information and his facial expressions, or because I was laughing.
Just typical hell. But also too, like we needed like the sub captions of what he was saying in the say. We need like the anime captions of him saying, well, goddamn.
I would love that. I would love that. Lamont, man, what you think about this, man? And also I want to throw this at you, man. Where's the image yet? When I saw this, I was like, okay, I think she really does love him. She's not just a snake in the grass chameleon. She really does care because she's trying to talk herself like, do we gotta kill him, or you kind of looking at it another way, like, no, she wanted to kill him, but yeah, I mean, how'd you feel about the scene, Lamont?
Loved it, man. Like my love for this whole episode went from 0 to 10 and stayed there the whole time. Najir made such great points. The Terrence Howard's point was definitely one I was going to throw in there, but he done went there for me. And the other thing I got to say about Rhodey that he hit on too, we know this man is a phenomenal actor, but I've always felt like in the MCU, they do him like they do black dudes in WWE. You're kind of just a sidebar, you don't get no big action and stuff. they've treated Rhodey like that the whole time, and really the only way to get a black dude to be like a, someone the crowd is looking for is you make him a heel. Well, that's what they just did with Rhodey, and he's knocking this shit out the park. But the question be, Avery, where's the body?
Yes.
What did the Skrulls do with we've not seen him in that little containment unit where they sucking their brain matter, and where is the body?
That's
And will it be Armor Wars before they find the real Captain Rhodes and we get him back?
That's I mean, like, and then I think about it, man. If this show does end without the real Rhodey coming back, that's gonna make everybody want to go see Armor Wars. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, man, that's gonna be the most highly anticipated right there, because Rhodey been a bench warmer since Jump. So this gonna catapult him to the top. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
That's what's up right there.
It's the MCU. I'm taking a prediction here saying that's what the end credit scene will be per episode 6. It will be that moment of a secret location, etc., a secret initiative, and we're going to see some high profile folks already got. And I think besides Rhodey, they got to throw another big name or a big cameo of some sorts that just obviously leads to things to come. And I don't know. Obviously, our Armored Wars is one, but something else. Throw Riri in there. Riri, hey, make Ironheart even more of a bigger of an investment. Pulling her in there for whatever reason, but like put another big name in there or a big cameo.
Because I wasn't in love with her introduction of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Me neither.
Yeah, we'll be here 30 minutes with that. Hold on. Another super chat right here from Miss Rim17. Oh my goodness gracious, $15. Thank you so much, ma'am. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Hey, Mr. Avery and fellas, loving the discussion so far. Terrence punching the air somewhere, man.
You mean man? You mean
man? Peeps, let's show some love to the channel by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. It's plural. Hey. Thank you so much, Ram17. You always holding it down. Thank you, ma'am. We really do appreciate it. We really do appreciate it. So I'm gonna stay on you, Lamont. You was talking about this briefly a little earlier, and Talos and what's his name, Pagan, are preparing for the attack, trying to make it look like it's the Russians. Like they got to make it look like it's big, like the Russians do. And Gaia is not here. What does that say? She's the mole. Okay, I took care of it myself. And next we see Gaia. And guys, I have some commentary for this scene right here. I want to know if y'all. I'm gonna see how y'all feel first, but first, Lamont, Gaia and Talos are back together. Talos and Gaia, Gaia and Talos, father, daughter, father, and it's wonderful. But she's like, Daddy, what we gonna do? We need a plan, man. And Gravik done popped his off, and we need to figure out something. I can't even talk. He's like, hey, we're gonna get amnesty. We're gonna save the day. Go to the president, and she looking at him like, you a goddamn fool. You a delusion.
Yep.
Like, I mean, Lamont, how did you feel about this scene right here between them two? I am very, very curious to know, sir.
Couple of things, man. That scene lets me know that there's definitely going to be a tie-in between this and the new Captain America that's coming out, New World Order, where Harrison Ford is going to wind up becoming the president. Because I think in this series we're going to lose the current president with him talking that we've got to humble ourselves and basically lessen who we are and show these people that we can have love for someone else. So that was all kind of like an Easter egg to me to what's going to happen in New World Order. I feel like she's torn, man. I can understand where she's coming from because basically her and Gravik both want to be colonizers of this planet. It's just that Gravik wants to do it the hardcore way, and she's kind of confused about what way to go about it. She just knows that doing it Talos' way is not the way to go. And it could be because she's got these superpowers now running in her veins that she never revealed to her daddy. And I think that was for a reason. And so I think that she is torn because she feels like she's been working with Nick Fury all these years. What has it gotten us? It's gotten us nothing.
True.
And so that's what's keeping her with this colonization mentality that if we're going to go your way, it's not going to work. Gravik at least has a plan. It might not be the best plan, but he's executing something so we have a home. So I enjoyed it. Like I said, that was great exposition. I didn't need to see any explosions because the words coming out of both of their mouth was explosive.
Lovely. Well said, sir. Well said. Najir, what you got between these two right here, them rekindling their relationship?
This is the pivotal moment in terms of the conflict with this character. She has her motives, but I think this is a lot of her now further questioning things. Being shot last episode obviously didn't help, but I think this is definitely the pivotal moment that we need to pinpoint in terms of what made this character decide to do what she's going to do next. So and her dad, I think at the end of the day, they didn't have the best relationship. You don't know no better. Somebody clipped this. This is just fresh out of any drama where the dad is trying to find a way back into a relationship, a sustainable relationship with his daughter. And the daughter's stubborn, has her own ideas about being an adult, thinking she can do it however she wants. She has the best ideas. And, this is, again, she also will look back to this moment upon discovering the death of her dad and realize, what could she have done better, or what does she need to do going forward?
Right on. I love the commentary. Y'all,
let me say one quick thing. She initially is probably going to blame this on Nick Fury. I'm back out of it.
Okay, we'll see. What I was thinking right here is I'm with her. Talos is delusional. Now, if somebody wanted to play devil's advocate against me, they could say that, well, hey, B. Avery, the humans on the planet, they accepted the Asgardians to live here on the planet. So why wouldn't they accept the Skrulls? I don't know. Maybe because they're green. I don't know. We can be pretty stupid sometimes. So that's an observation right there. But Talos reminded me of some black people that still live in this country today, not even 50 or 100 years ago, that just like, guys, all we got to do is be good and contribute and show our hearts, and the white people will love and accept us. And I'm just like, it's still people that think that way. It's no matter what we do, we can be the biggest Pookie and Ray Ray, and we're gonna be disrespected, or we can be Barack and Michelle, or anywhere in between. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. We've been trying and contributing and showing our hearts and love and forgive for 400 years. We built a country. We built the richest country in the world. They protected Earth and updated their technology for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So I just saw some parallels right there. I was, that sounds like some of us right now. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, bro, you delusional. You know what I'm saying? Like, white supremacy, they always gonna hate us no matter what we gonna do. I mean, no matter what we do. And so that's what I was thinking about when I was watching the scene right here. Y'all let us know what y'all thought right now, live and also in the replay. Yeah. Another super chat coming from, where did it go? Puma Lee, $2. Thank you. Have you seen Black Sunday? He's amazing in that. What is Black Sunday? I'm having a brain fart right now. Y'all know what Black Sunday is?
No.
Okay.
No, not offhand.
My bad, Puma Lee. But thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
I know Larry watched that show.
Oh, it's a show. It's not a movie. Okay.
I think
it sounds familiar. It sounds familiar. But man, another pivotal scene right here. First, we got to see them in 2012, Najir, but now it's present day, and Fury's heart is broken. He may have just got out of the car crying before he went in here and started trying to make tea.
Did he know?
Woman, But yeah, man, she knows what's up. There was a reason to me, because I guess I wanted to establish her character more. Why they didn't have to show this scene right here of her realizing that he is not wearing the wedding ring, the wedding ring. She could have just walked in and be like, "Hey, I noticed that you don't have your ring on your finger," but they wanted us to see this to where she sees it and she's affected by it. Like, oh, does he? I don't know, Najir. What's she saying right here? Like, does he know that we finna screw him over, or does he not love me anymore? But I want you to answer that question specifically. But I love this scene right here, man. The poem from 2012 circle back around again. We're seeing Nick Fury in a position we've never seen him in before in 30 films. He's in love and his heart is broken. And that's what's up right here. And he's like, he said it to himself, like, even though I know you're a conniving backstabber, I still don't know if I would do anything differently. Man, she must have some of the best stuff in the world and be the sweetest and have the best cook and all of that for Nick Fury to feel that way. And so, yeah, he calls her out and she feels bad. Like, yeah, I know you're going to pull out the pistol. The acting is superb in this scene to me. And I was nervous, man. You know, they talked about how she got the body and I was kind of confused. Like, I guess she was just showing up at the hospital looking for something. Like, was she a patient or did she just pop up? And like, I'm gonna need some clarification right there because that's not too clear to me.
Yeah.
But they laid her guns on the table, and I really thought that Nick Fury shot her when they cut away from the camera, and I was so surprised. I was so surprised seeing them still there, seeing her turn around like, oh, did you miss? And hey, should we get a divorce or renew our vows? Because they couldn't kill each other. They loved each other. And at the same time, no, he still won because I'm being petty. But he was like, he walked out of like, I'm still gonna be at the walk out with the upper hand. Like, would you still have loved me if I would have stayed my true self? And he walked away talking about, I guess we'll never know. I'm Nick Fury and I'm out. He didn't say the last part, but Najir, man, how did you feel about that whole scene? I know that was a lot, bro, but it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot. The floor is yours, man. Take it away.
Can we like again to the point earlier? This was a 35-minute episode.
Yeah,
there's a lot that happened in this. I think this is a nod towards before social media. This is a nod towards that Black love that we idolize. You know,
man.
And I think through thick and thin, through straight, you know, those vows that meant something. And this also is a sign of a Skrull who is invested into the person they have become.
Yes.
Picking up on him not having his ring, you know, noticing things a little bit off of his mannerisms. And even her taking that vow to replace his wife. And I was trying to think what movie it was, and it came to me. I don't know if you all seen this movie Duel. It had Karen Gillan, and Aaron Paul. So, you know, had the terminal illness, and before dying and didn't want the family to grieve, you could clone yourself. So this was that sake. And I think, you know, not only her stepping into the role of being a wife and having to live up to those vows, but also that creed that he gave with his wife. That's a lot of responsibility. I think that's not only a testament to the love she has for Fury, but a testament she has towards humanity, for her to do so, to the fact that said that she stepped into a role of taking the most important person to him, to one of the most powerful men on earth, who's also one of the biggest wild cards. You never know what you're going to get with him. And I know she fully was aware of that. And I think we had to see the display of, no matter how big, how crazy the stakes get, the love is real. Now, granted, we've made a lot of jokes here, and I'm surprised this didn't happen, but I don't think it would have been fitting. He didn't get mad that he was with a Skrull this entire time. He didn't get mad that she took over the body of his wife. He didn't get mad that his wife didn't tell him that she was had a terminal illness. What matters what's happening right now today, and I think immediately he was able to look forward with the situation, not show these, I was going to say microaggressions, but aggressions at all, which is stereotypical for Black men. Say, oh, it ain't going my way. Let me throw a fit. Let me destroy some things up in here. In fact, we want another way with this character. So I think as much as we see Nick Fury be that person who at any moment could be cold-hearted, could be trigger happy, who can get the job done and look the other way, this is a moment of really, again, reflecting of the human that's inside of him, that does really have love. And I think, again, it's a testament to that old school Black love, that all those old school love songs were made after. So I think I would imagine Samuel Jackson, if anybody had a chance to interview him, this would be the scene to talk about in terms of what inspired him and what inspired them to make this scene the way it was, because I don't give a hell who was behind the camera. You had to say, Fury, we need this to be as authentic as possible. And only somebody like him and what's her name could have made something like this feel the way it does. This will be a classic scene for sure when you talk about the fantastic acting of this series.
Right on, man. I love it. Lamont, how you feeling, man?
Echo the same sentiment, man. I mean, if Ike and Tina could have been a situation where Ike Turner would have kept his damn hands to himself, kept his nose off table, snorting up white powder. I'm just say that it was washing powder. That could have been a beautiful black love story. Well, they've showed that with Nick Fury being a strong black man, which we complain about, we don't get a chance to see enough, being faithful to, I can't even say a woman, an alien. The issue that I have with all this stuff is this. There's a couple of sets of feelings going on in this thing. And the Skrull made it perfectly clear that even though she's a Skrull, she fell in love with a human. And she really wants to know, could it ever been a situation where Nick Fury could have loved her in her Skrull body? And he basically answered that by saying no. He didn't say no, but that's what he said. And I think that was enough for her. Because when this thing started with these two, remember, she's the one that introduced Gravit.
Right.
That was basically like their little stepchild, so to speak. Gravit was their little stepchild. And Gravit went rogue, and all she had left to cling to all these years was the love she had for this man, even though she had to commit to looking like a black human. So I commend her for having the Skrull guts to pick an earthly vessel and let it be black and deal with the shit that black people have to deal with. She could have went somewhere and been blonde head Becky.
I didn't think of that. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She could have been blonde Becky and not deal with half the stuff. But she picked a black woman, deeply rooted because of the love she had for a black, strong man. And MCU, you did a damn good job of displaying that. And it didn't feel forced. It didn't feel rushed. It felt perfect. So I give them kudos for that.
Yeah. And to take a step, not on a black woman, a darker skinned black woman with the hair, with the curls, with
Absolutely.
No, I'm not hating on the sisters if you have your hair straightened and you're pressed, but you get what I'm trying to say. Come on now.
Yeah.
So yes. That's we had some ebony in the writing room.
Listen, call it what it yeah, that. And again, I'm for sure. They said, listen, you two, how do you make this as authentic as possible? And I'm just gonna say, Fury had him, as we like to say, the OG dimes here. You know, those ones when you younger, you're like auntie, like Auntie Ronical, not your real auntie, but black people call everybody auntie.
I got you.
Yeah, but like you be like, she the one up there. You're like, Miss blah 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 is fine.
Bruh.
Miss Priscilla is fine.
I love it.
When you can see them old and you start thinking, damn, I bet she was a dime when she was young. She ain't bad looking now. She was fine.
If I was her age, I would have hollered. You know what I'm saying?
Like, listen, if they would have had a Jet magazine somewhere in that house,
she would have been on page 14, the Jet Beauty of the Week. 100%. Now, don't act like y'all ain't never seen that Jet Beauty.
You're damn right. You're damn right.
Turn to that.
man. But yeah, man, we go from that lovely scene right there between these two to this snake in the grass right here. Lord, you know what I'm saying? Taking a shower. I'm gonna be pretty and find out it's rough skin and need some braces, and it's Rhodey. And reveals himself in the mirror. But he goes into his hotel room and Nick is posted up in there because you can't keep yourself away from Nick. He got all the keys, he got all the locks, all the combos. And yes, he got that drink out there. And it's more of that crazy Rhodey personality that we was getting in the church or whatever. I thought he was just talking. What did he say exactly? I don't know if I have the dialogue. Like, I shit canned you into oblivion a few days ago. Rhodey ain't never talked like this before. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
Like, man, episode 2, he was like, did you forget your rank? You know what I'm saying? So this is interesting. Rhodey is on this high horse. I cannot wait to see him get his ass whooped. He got to get an ass whooping. A nice one-on-one between them two. But anyway, he tries to blackmail him like, hey, I know that you're a Skrull, basically. I ain't gonna tell nobody. Just give me back my job. But Rhodey got some receipts. A good ass receipt. One of them long ones from CVS that's like 7 yards long. You know what I'm saying? He's like, look, buddy, I got this right here and I got 1,000 copies. And so I'm gonna take this drink, and you're gonna get the F out of my office. And Fury looked defeated. He's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We playing chess. I thought it was checkers, you know. And so, but you know, Fury really ain't defeated. That's just Fury pretending that he's defeated. You know what I'm saying? Because he got that liquid courage, that liquid tracker that he put in there while Rhodey punk ass thinking he wouldn't. Oh yes, let me take a sip of my Cavassier. Bitch, we tracking your ass. Najir, how'd you feel about it, bro? How did you feel about round 2 between Fury and Rhodey right there?
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth here. Like at one point, I was like, he ready to try to get back at him from that church scene or the office scene, the diner scene from the last episode. But no, it was all planning. It was all planning. You know, got warm her brother up. You know, see, listen, Marvel really wanted to put a bottle of Henny there, but you know, Twitter would have been a lot different today if he would have came through with it. So that's why they's like, we gotta put a bottle that ain't no black people drinking. So
is so funny.
We gotta make a strong left from the stereotypical actions here. But yes, let's call it what it is. He brought the Henny in and he tried to make truce, but this is obviously him, you know, trying to get him comfortable. The woman Skrull obviously don't know nothing about the culture, so like, you know, she thinks she got the Henny over there, but truly she got, you know, the Evan Williams, but small flats. But Fury got the whole plan, in fact, and this is the bug, and to see what's next, because truly now, as Lamont said, Fury probably wants to know, where is Rhodey? Where is the real Rhodey? Is this a tracking device? Is this some type of audio device? Either way, where is Rhodey? And we know that this Skrull will eventually have to go back to the source. And I think this was the way. And obviously, the biggest thing with this Skrull is that the Skrull isn't on their A game. A lot of noticeable flaws in terms of thinking that she's Rhodey. The president came out of nowhere and held them accountable. I know we're about to talk about that in a second, but you know, this was definitely the right person to plant the bug on to see and get the intel that he needs.
Yes. Love it. Lamont, where you at, sir? Where you at?
Well, first of all, I want to know why did a girl Skrull had to be Rhodey? You know, like, are you insinuating Rhodey's a little man or something? And then why is the girl Skrull taking showers and turning into her regular self, where all the other people is staying in their human form? Is that showing some kind of emotional breakdown with her? Is that showing some kind of collapse in her psyche? I don't know. I'm just saying, let's think about it. And then when she comes out the bathroom, she fell for the damn banana in the tailpipe, ladies and gentlemen. She fell for the banana in the tailpipe. I knew from jump when Nick Fury got up as if he was defeated. I said to myself, he done planted something. To my beholden surprise, the plant was the damn Cavassier. Past the Cavassier. He done planted that shit. And not only did he plant it, fellas, but the damn broad drunk the whole bottle because she showed up to the president drunk as a skunk.
Man.
You know, so,
stay there. Keep going. Drunk as a skunk. Yeah.
Drunk as a damn skunk. Showing up to the president, trying to give him advice and counsel, not knowing that your breath smelled like halitosis on Cavassier, to the point the president says, look, you need to go and get you a coffee and saber down, all while her ass is being tracked. Rhodey, the Skrull, Nick Fury got your space booty, and now, as my man Najir said, we're probably going to know where the real Rhodey is at, somewhere hemmed up with all the other Iron Man suits.
Yeah, man. Remember in the trailer, we haven't seen that shot yet where Gaia is going down some ladder and there's a big room or corridor with all these bodies. You know, so we still got to see that. Real quick though, do y'all know what they're protesting right here? I couldn't understand what they were saying.
Social justice.
Yeah, I couldn't see. No, I don't know.
Social injustice.
That one side, that's not. If you put the one back up, it says no more war. In red, it says war.
No more war. Yep.
I got you. Oh, okay. I guess I don't want them to retaliate. But yeah, okay, yeah. So Rhodey's drunk. He done drunk the whole bottle. Crazy. Talking about, hey, if what do you say? If it's flesh, you gotta push. If it's steel, you gotta, you gotta stop. President, like, what the hell are you talking about, bro? Like, get the F out of here.
Like, yeah, like, damn, you done turned into drunk ass Socrates and shit.
Right. That was kind of funny. Also, I'm kind of thinking like, bro, you need to take a leave of absence or whatever. You trying to protect people with a broken arm, like you're not that useful, you know?
Yeah,
I was kind of wondering, like, they can't switch him in, switch him out with somebody else, but hey, maybe he got that kung fu grip on the other hand. You know, it didn't come in handy with Fury got him, but you know, I don't know. Y'all let me know.
Well, we know he ain't a super Skrull. We know he ain't a super Skrull.
This is true. But Najir, I'm going to you, man. Like you said earlier, you talking about the action. You said a lot of it looked practical, man. And I like this right here. This was a good ass action scene right here. Yeah. You know, at episode 1, they were making it look the AAR, the Americans Against Russia, attacking Russia. And now they got we know it's fake. The Russians are attacking America. You know, coming down, and they got all the missiles and the Gallic guns and the machine guns and the explosions and the car flips, and Nick Fury and Talos is coming to save the day. And I gotta say, and we have to imagine that this is true in real life, you know, with the amount of money that America spends on defense. But I thought it was cool showing the rocket launchers come out the roof of the SUV. I just think that was kind of dope. Out of all the action movies I've seen, I don't think I've ever seen rocket launchers come out of a rooftop, you know. But one thing that also caught my eye is Rhodey could have pretended that he was nervous, but you know, he just like, yes, kill him, war, yes. But I liked it, man. I love the continuity in the battles. I think that was quite well done. These are the rocket launchers that you know, was popping off. But Najir, man, how'd you feel about this action scene, man? Did you feel like it delivered, or you know, was it satisfying to you? It was to me. I have no complaints whatsoever. So the floor is yours, man. How'd you feel about this ending here?
Yeah, I started to look at the runtime. I was like, wait, how much time we got left? Because this felt like a big action scene. It did deliver even in the short duration. But I first of all, let's go off to the side a little bit here. I'm very excited to see Barbie. I think that's gonna be a hell of a movie. I know some folks already seen it, and I just could not help but to think, like, this dude, Kingsley, is he's in his bag already.
Yeah, he killing it, man. He killing it.
And for whatever reason, seeing him on the get to the chopper, I was just like, oh yeah, this dude here, man. He like the intimidation. You know, you can sense the emotion or the motivation besides what he wants to do, even the confusion at time as well. But I just knew, even for the short period of time, they really did set up a lot. But listen, I don't want to take nobody's shine, but I was going to just I give you all something to say here. The Super Skrull thing was so damn cool.
Yes,
so damn cool, and I definitely did pop. I was like, oh, I was like, okay. And I like how, and again, I think now I just keep looking at the Skrulls in terms of when are they willing to compromise their integrity or their continuity. I mean, so like he's trying to fight a practical war here with guns and arms. So to do that was kind of like, oh, you're like giving yourself up in terms of revealing your scope. Because remember when Talos got shot, everybody was looking like he's an alien. It's like, okay, so that means that everybody isn't quite aware of the device or who's on whose sides. And if it's a lot of factors into him being like, I'm just coming out and I'm gonna do what I have to do. And I think what Clifton said is when he saw Fury, I guess he says, okay, well, shit.
Yeah,
all goes now. You know what I mean? Which should also be noted that Fury does command that level of respect. This is a human here, and you had a Super Skrull say, "All right, let me put the guns down, bring out the big weapons," and obviously seeing his abilities. So it was really cool.
Because during the scene, they was thrown off. They wasn't expecting him to show up because they assumed that he was killed by his wife, and actually. Was it Gravik's order to kill Fury, or was it Varus? Not Varus, but
Rhodey.
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 Okay. But when they was out here fighting, they was all stunned, like, oh my gosh, Fury's here, and we saw that Gravik was shook, you know. But continuing on, it chokes him out and all that. Lamont, get in here, man. How did you feel about this, man? The scene, the whole thing from beginning. You can comment on however you want. You know, I even like the fact that, I mean, you can't just punch a bulletproof door or window off when we know that the president stuff gonna be souped up, you know what I'm saying? And not Gravik, but Talos is strong. You know, he ripping chains off, thick ass chains off doors, and he beat the door and tried to get in there. I liked all that. I liked seeing him get shot, and he was compromised and couldn't control his powers. I loved all of that. Lamont, what did you love? What did you hate? Or where you at, sir? Where you at?
Nigeria boy, I'm gonna have to quit doing these reviews with you because sometimes I think you scrolling me. Because I paused it when I seen this part. I was like, how much time we got? Look, because this is gonna be some real shit right here. This is gonna be a battle. And I looked and I was like, okay, we're gonna go with it. I enjoyed it. I'm getting that complete Captain America Winter Soldier feel from this whole series. I'm just enjoying it. And to see Nick Fury still have he doesn't have powers, okay, but he's smart, he's cunning, he's crafty, and he's got his alien buddy who has a little bit more strength than a normal human being helping him out, and they have the ability to infiltrate anyone they want because we don't know that they are Skrull working for Nick Fury. And when they got on the scene, I was like, what they think they about to do?
Yeah.
Like, what is these two guys gonna do against? We know one of these guys is a super Skrull. We don't know how many other ones is already super Skrulls. It's like 6 of them and one of them. And then you see Nick Fury gets out. He taking names. He kicking ass. Then the reinforcements come in to help him. And then we get into the meat and taters of the scene. Gravik and Gaia both have taken these 30 years under the wing of Nick Fury. And they both kind of have the same anger toward Nick Fury because the man has yet to get them the home that they want. And Gravik really hates Nick Fury. Like Najir said, when he saw Nick Fury, he let out the second phase of his powers, which was the group power. And for those of you that don't know the comics or seen the cartoon like me and B. Avery, normally there's not a group of Skrulls with powers. There was one that was introduced into the Fantastic Four, and he started mimicking all their powers. And eventually Reed Richards came up with a device that he could sense anyone that was a Skrull. And I think that could also be a tie-in to how they do this, but it's not going to be Reed Richards that does it. And so when that happened and Talos got shot, I said to myself, this is definitely going to be the beginning of the end for him and the start of a new relationship for Nick Fury with his daughter, because the daughter's going to want to know how it happened. The daughter's going to want to get revenge on Gravik. And this is going to be the breaking point that leads to her actually being the head of Saber. But it also showed just how much Talos really and truly loves humanity. This man got shot in the damn heart, okay? And he's still trying to bust open the president's window, okay? The window is made of damn Kevlar. And he's still trying to bust in that window to help his friend Nick Fury to make humanity realize just how much the Skrulls want to be a part of humanity.
Yeah.
Excellent. Enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah.
You're on mute, B.
Yeah.
My bad. Appreciate it. What I also like is it showed Nick Fury like, no, this alien is with us. You know, hold your fire. You know, this is friendly. And so, you know, that's going to be a topic of discussion. I cannot wait to see how they resolve this next week. But this was cold-blooded right here, man. Gravik is just effed up in the head, man. Like, I want him to suffer. And is going to pretend, you know, Nick Fury probably should have dragged his ass, you know, on the spray bullets to come and kill the president. But the guy pretends that he's a soldier and helps Talos up and just wants to troll Fury. Like, hey, I'm finna kill your best friend in your face and you're not going to do nothing. And he shoots him. You know, my only critique is he should have emptied the mag, but, you know, whatever. But, yeah, he gets, 3 bullets, at least one to the face, and got the extremist power and all that, man. And they escape. And he's like, "What the f is going on?" You know, he should have said,
I
"Mother
can't blame
effer."
him.
You know,
Yeah.
we all would have reacted the same, man. Like, this is good acting right there. Good acting. He is
Very
what
good.
the hell is going on? He's like, I've been knowing y'all for 30 years. I ain't never seen y'all do that before. You know what I'm saying? So take a bullet to the face. But they exit out of there, man, and he leaves them on the ground. And guys, the question is Talos dead? Is Talos dead? How do you feel? What do you think is gonna happen next, and what do you want to happen? Any one of y'all can grab it.
Lamont, you first.
He's dead. I mean, he's not dead. I mean, he might survive to the end of the series, but he's gonna die. Because, and I hate to say that because I love the actor playing him. The actor playing him has become a fan favorite, but man, he's gonna die. He's dead, and that's just gonna be the shakeup that his daughter needs to get her act together and realize she needs to help humanity versus wanting to take over a piece of it and maybe go try to give herself what Skrull Native American reservations and shit somewhere on the planet Earth, something like that. So it's going to take something of this nature for her to shape her mindset. It's going to take something that huge. It's going to take stakes that big. And so I think he's dead. I don't want him to be dead immediately, but I think he's going to die.
I got you. Real quick, I got a trailer reaction coming for y'all guys on this one right here. Thank you, Shot Nation. Najir, where you, man? Talos dead? He alive? He coming back? You know, he got superpowers. What's up?
Yeah, so make sure everybody holding me accountable. So I was like, oh, how could you kill him? You know, Ben is a big name as well too. And, you know, it's not the razzle dazzle name of such as Amelia Clark or Olivia Colman, but I think now what happens, because I agree with everything Lamont says, I think what happens now is I think we're going to see flashbacks of Talos and Fury. That keeps Ben acting and present on screen, but it also continues to show us the connection these best friends have. We need to see how this death affects Fury, how this death affects Gaia. That brings them together. Obviously, Gaia isn't Team Fury, but like, could there be something from the past that can kind of mitigate this animosity that she has towards him? You know, did she learn more about, you know, Talos and his love for his daughter and the efforts he wish he could have conveyed? You know, I think it's going to be some of that. And I think, again, you know, 4 episodes here, we can ensure that there will be a heavily dialogue scene that's going to create major stakes. And I think that's what we're going to get next episode. And obviously till we get to our overalling finale for episode 6, we got to really heighten the stakes so that the crescendo, the finale that ends off this series, but also sets up the major events for other MCU projects.
Might have to try to do some mega live and you know, hear everybody's thoughts. Lamont, you already went, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay, my fault. Okay,
you good?
Well, yeah, man. I don't know, man. If I want him to be alive, I really do. But they keep tricking us with the deaths. Maria Hill, we don't. She may be dead, and
she's done.
She's done.
Man.
She's done.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
Done.
She probably.
And I'm sad. I'm sad because I like the actress and the way she portrayed Anita Hill. Really love that.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that is our recap. That is our review for Marvel's Disney Plus show, Secret Invasion. Man, I had so much fun with this episode. I had so much fun recapping it with you guys. Guys, whether you're watching this via live or on the replay, I will be here again, same time, same place next week. Lamont, Najir, if y'all have the bandwidth, y'all are more than welcome to come back. It's, you know, no pressure, but yeah, man, that's the episode. So y'all let us know what y'all thought down in the comment section below, whether you liked it, whether you hated it, if you knew Rhodey was a Skrull, if you did not know and you were surprised, if you think Talos is dead, if you think Maria Hill is dead, what do you think? Is the president going to make it out of this alive? Because, you know, we got Harrison Ford coming through, and you know, could the president die? Could it just be a re-election? We don't know. It could be either or. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we gotta really find out. Just real quick though, I said I gotta save the shameless plugging until later. Every Sunday, 6 o'clock or 6:30 p.m. CST, I got a superhero comic book smash down show. Make sure you check that out. Also got a spoilers review for The Flash and for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And if you're watching Warrior, I got season 1 review, season 2, and I'm covering season 3 Each episode, I will have my episode 5 recap up about 3 a.m. in the morning, going live tomorrow as well. And on top of Warrior, I'm covering a lot of martial arts films as well from the Gaia website. So go ahead and get into that right there too. If you want my own initial reaction to this episode, because sometimes you guys like the collab, sometimes y'all like me by myself. You get the best of both worlds. And I got a couple of trailer reactions on my channel, so y'all can check that out too. Najir, my brother, thank you so much for being here, my brother. Like I said, you're welcome back anytime. You got anything you're working on you want to plug for all the people out there real quick?
So everything big old belt across the board. I do not have anything I'm working on, but me and you have been very much communicating. So we got some things we're going to work out, try to figure some things out. I don't want to throw no names out there yet, but we will absolutely be in the lab very soon. But for this small moment of peace, then comes San Diego Comic-Con next week. So
yes.
We will be in the trenches for that, and then yeah, we'll see what's popping when we get back.
Already, and I see that you covering My Adventures of Superman. I'm gonna start that tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if y'all want to check that out, you can. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. Lamont, last but definitely not least, sir. Thank you for being here. What you got? Anything that you wanna? Yeah, we was talking about Twisted Metal before we popped on. You got a trailer reaction? Anything else you got coming up, sir?
The only thing I can tell my fans is just bear with me. I'm getting ready to have a new baby boy at the end of this month. There's been some transition. I'm still writing scripts, still trying to get a film done, still trying to get a TV series done. So y'all just bear with me. By the end of the month, next month, I'll be doing Power and Shy. Both of those come back. I've been debating whether or not I was going to do Twisted Metal. I'm not doing that now. I have seen, no, hell with that. I'm not doing that. I have seen those animated Supermans, Nigeria's reviewing. I like them. But ladies and gentlemen, y'all just got to bear with me. Help me get through August. And when August comes, I'll get back to doing reviewing. And I'm going to be doing a live show from a studio I've got in Denver, Colorado at the end of August, where I'm going to interview couple of celebrities, a couple of indie filmmakers that's doing comic film, dramas, that whole nine. Maybe Russell Wilson to come through. We're trying to get him to come through for that interview as well, so just stay tuned. Bear with me through August and just watch me on other people's channel as I'm juggling a whole lot right now. So shout out to B. Avery, shout out to Nigeria, both great YouTubers that put out great content. Get your thirst trapping with them while I'm just kind of sitting back here trying to
get that toxic kitty from B. Avery.
Yeah, get that toxic kitty, baby.
Toxic
at
kitty.
B. Avery on OnlyFans.
Man, there we go right there. It's going down. It's going down.
And y'all don't even want to know what B. Avery was saying to us before we went on the show, so he definitely ready for that toxic kitty.
he just making some stuff up. He lying. He just telling stories. He just made it up out of nowhere. But y'all, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna check out E-Man with E-Man's movie reviews. He just started his live. He just got back from a wonderful honeymoon vacation with his wife, and so he's recapping episodes 3 and 4 right now. So let's show him some love as well. I'm about to do that myself while I give me something to eat. And at the same time. But yeah, guys, you know, and if this is your first time here again, make sure you subscribe. You're gonna get all this stuff right here that I talked about as well earlier. But guys, again, we just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery, that's Najir, that's Lamont, and that's just our opinion. Peace out. See you same time next week. Peace.